Carson Kressley's
Hi,
here.
everybody.
How are
we
you?
live? Are we broadcasting?
Not live, but we are.
We're doing a podcast,
Yes,
aren't we?
correct.
Like the kids do.
Right. The youths.
Wonderful. The youths of America.
We've been looking forward to this.
Thank you
because
so much. I'm flattered.
Looking forward to isn't the right word. I've been
More than
dreading
an
it.
it's
NBA
very
jam.
nervous.
I've been so.
I know.
What do you think of the aesthetic in here?
I think the entire office is a hellish walk down memory lane of doing Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. Not that that was a bad memory, but we would go into places with a lot of Tabasco sauce and Sports Illustrated calendars that were framed.
NBA
and,
Jam posters.
Grungy aquarium. So this is very...
Yeah, the aquarium is not a good look right now.
It's taking me back. But the whole office is as though you've just... it's a post-collegiate... bachelor pad vibe.
Yeah,
Is that what you're going
it's an
for?
adult purgatory in a sense.
It feels like it to me. I don't want to get religious, though.
You can fix pretty much all of our problems, I would think.
But it also has like a fun vibe, too.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
I don't
we
want to
hope.
diss it because I do think it's on brand and it's fun. I mean, look at your logo.
What do you think?
I think it looks good.
I think it's a logo, he
It's
says.
accurate. Your hair is beautifully rendered in the
thank
cartoon
you.
drawing.
I
What
thought
does
that was going to be a
KFC
compliment on the
stand
hair.
for?
It was just actually a compliment on the drawing. Those are my initials.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so when I first started blogging, I needed to kind of have like a anonymous vibe
Right,
to it.
right.
So Kevin Francis Clancy, and then
like it.
then
I
it
was
just became the
expecting
podcast.
chicken, but
that
I'm
happens
sure,
a
I'm
lot.
sure you've heard that nugget
Yeah, well,
before.
I would love to change the name of this show. You want to
Well-
change the name of the show? You want to give it a new name?
Yeah.
How about at the end? We'll talk.
Yeah, I'll
get a
think
vibe
I
for
have it
and then-
already.
Yeah.
Bro Radio. Just all
Well,
one.
you know what's
all
funny
one
is
word.
that I can understand why you think that,
Right.
but actual bros
Don't think that you're
we
bros.
are we're like the Queer Eye for the Straight Guys of the bros.
Oh, you
Like
are?
we get made fun of like when everyone's always talking about being like alpha and macho. We're
Right.
Like, no, we're the beta boys. We're
Right.
we're not that.
I hear you.
So
Preaching to
we're-
the choir.
Yeah.
That's great that you're out there spreading the good word.
Oh, big time
And
beta.
You have cute pants on, so you must
Thank
know.
you. Do you understand the power you have? Like when you walk around the street, do you know
sometimes.
people fear me?
Sometimes. I don't
Carson,
think
I've
they
been so
fear
scared.
me.
He's been thinking about this outfit for a week.
I tweeted on Monday that I was
No.
it was messing up my whole
Well, if
week.
you've been working on this since Monday, then it's not as good as I thought.
Thoughts on the inside out sweatshirt? This has been a point of discussion
I don't
amongst
love that
you
myself.
don't? I honestly
No.
like it. I thought it looked nice.
It's
and
your
I was,
personal twist.
Yeah. It's a little. I don't know.
But the pants are cute.
Thank you very
An
much.
oversized tartan tweed. It's good. It's a cute look.
It is very good.
Yeah.
But you have to know when people know I'm coming, they're trying. Right? That must be a nice feeling.
Sometimes. But also like the flip side of like there's the scary like, oh, he's gonna hate my outfit and be mean to me.
Yeah.
The other part is
Definitely that.
The,
It's like he's gonna
the
crush.
thing that get to do that's fun is I could see somebody and be like, oh my gosh, you look great today. I love your lashes or whatever, or your shoes. And there's a great you can do a lot of good deeds and create a lot of like good karma and just good vibes by complimenting
your
somebody.
compliment carries a lot more weight than the average compliment.
Well, I try to be
because you're a
complimentary.
judgmental son of a bitch.
Not really. I mean, I do sometimes on the inside, but I very rarely share it when I'm not getting paid. Like when it's not your job to be like, those shoes are terrible. If I'm not actually engaged in a makeover show at the time, I usually keep it to myself.
You actually, I'm just remembering this now. Did a makeover for my high school basketball coach.
Oh,
he was
in
on the
Sleepy
original.
Hollow?
No, Pelham, New York. Do you
I remember that. And did
He-
we go to a basketball game?
The only
Was
thing
he
I
like
remember
a single
from it,
dad?
No, he was married. He was a shorter gentleman, follically, disabled.
Challenged.
Yes.
You're describing
And
every man
I
on the
remember
show.
this. I think we actually went to a game or something.
The one thing that I do remember is he was setting up some romantic like dinner, and he was making a fire at the time.
Right.
And he ended up like wiping his forehead, and he got like soot like all over his
No,
face. And
that was always the best part of the show because it was like the Keystone Cops. Like they would have to like make a kebab, but someone would slice a finger off. We're like, that's hysterical. He's messing up terribly. And the emergency room. That's gonna ruin
Great
the
episode.
date.
Great episode.
But yeah, those were always the best parts of the show.
Well, I feel I think
where
we
where
could
was
use a
this?
makeover
Where was
in-
this high school?
Pelham, New York. It's Westchester,
I-
New York.
I know
it's-
Pelham.
It's like the very first suburb outside the city.
Just north of the Bronx.
Yeah.
I've been run away with on a horse in that park. Isn't there like a Pelham Bay
Really?
Park or
Park, yeah.
something?
I've been run away
Yeah.
with on a horse too.
What?
Yep, when I was about 6 years old. I think it was my little sister's second birthday.
Right.
So we went horseback riding, and I, for
Where
some
was
reason,
it?
threw a tantrum. I don't know. So I'm from Massachusetts, so somewhere around there.
In Weston, Mass, maybe out by Chicopee.
I would know. I'm from the southeastern Mass. I would guess
Okay.
like Westport area. So I thought you were gonna say Westport.
Southeastern. Okay, no.
But I guess I probably threw a tantrum of some sort and demanded my
Right.
own horse.
Definitely.
And-
I need a bigger pony, and I want it now.
Yeah. And was granted my own horse. And very quickly,
They probably were like, "Here you fucking go. You want a little horse for yourself?"
Yeah.
You
And then
idiot?"
Here, get on Diablo.
he ran. He ran all the way back, right into his stall.
Right.
And I couldn't get off the horse.
Very
So I
dangerous,
sat
by the
there in the
way.
stall as like bugs were swarming all over me, attacking
Right.
me. Really an awful experience.
But
for
at
me.
least you have all your appendages. Because
Yeah.
usually when that happens, something gets clipped off
Yeah, I don't know
on the
how
way
I
home.
wouldn't fall. I must have
Yeah.
been like strapped into the saddle.
And
or something.
have
I
you
don't
been
know.
riding since?
I have never been back.
No.
No.
I'm sorry.
Talking to my therapist about it now. We'll
I'm sorry.
get back there.
We'll get you back on the
Yeah.
horse. That's my specialty. I don't do sports of any kind,
Right.
but I am a good rider of horses.
I was gonna say.
You were. That was you. You've done a question for a while, right?
I have since I was a little kid. Yeah.
How do you get into it as a little kid?
Your family needs to probably be into it. So my grandparents had a big horse farm.
You gotta be rich.
And
Yeah.
No, not really. They were very middle class, and they just made sure that we always had horses growing up, and I've always had horses since I was a kid. So
How many do you have now?
I have about 7.
Whoa,
Yeah,
buddy,
I have a
you're going
farm.
well,
though.
Carson.
I have a farm.
Still spending that Queer Eye money for the first round. Let's
Oh
go.
my gosh! All
I mean,
those-
you do everything though.
that
You've
Diet
you've
Pepsi money.
Yeah, you
Here.
have it all though. I mean, you've
No.
done style stuff, interior decorating,
I
self
have.
help. You've done books. You've done TV.
I have,
You're one
all
of
of
those
it.
overachievers. You know.
You know, I try to stay busy.
Apparently, yeah.
You know, it's showbiz. You never know.
You know what we need? We need to like flip it. And
Okay.
and we'll teach you how to live like the lazy, fat, like straight, boring, like
Carson, that's a great idea.
Comedy
not
Central
motivated, like-
did that.
Yeah, did that not work?
During the first season of Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, they did Straight Eye for the Queer Guy. And
We'll teach you how to sit on the couch and be a bag of shit real
yeah.
quick.
And can you teach me how to burp? And say things like, "Bro, that was the worst shot ever. What the?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you're picking up.
You call that rhythmic gymnastics?"
Which one would you say is your passion if you had to? Because you've had. I was saying before you came in that you could just fix everything. Obviously, I mean you're famous for fixing things, but between Queer
This would
Eye,
be your greatest challenge.
How to Look Good Naked, right? That was
Right, yeah, that was me.
Which is what I've always said. That's really the goal. I guess I'm not very unique in that,
Right.
But
I
it
always
is-
said it just takes a box of wine and a dimmer switch.
There you go.
And they're like, "No, it's a whole show." I'm like, "Okay, you want to
tan,
hire me to do
spray
all
tan
that
and a buzz.
stuff?"
You're good to go.
Yeah. What would I do? I mean, I love styling people because it is very, very empowering. And I think more than redesigning your home or like your job or the car you drive or anything, clothes are so personal and intimate because you're wearing them all day long. It's the first thing you put on. It affects how you physically feel about yourself. So I enjoy helping educate people that like if you do this and this and this, you can improve your life vastly just by the clothes you choose to put on in the
Isn't
morning.
it crazy that they're magic?
They are magic.
If when you're wearing something nice,
Clothes make the
such
man.
as my
Yes.
pants today, as Carson pointed
Right,
out,
right.
You just feel better.
Yeah,
It sounds crazy. I think to like I guess regular people, but even those you know when you're wearing something nice, you just feel better.
everybody feels a little better. Like, you know, if you have to get dressed up for something, you have a suit, or if you put a tuxedo on and you're a guy, I
feel sharp. You
I
feel-
feel like Brad Pitt,
Yeah,
but with
yeah.
worse hair.
And then the pictures come out the next day though, and you're like, son of a
Didn't look
bitch.
like I thought.
In my head, I looked way different.
Well,
than that.
that's when I Facetune the shit out of him, reshape my head and my nostrils, and pinch my waist in.
Do you ever just mail it in? Are you always like dressed to the nines?
Oh, there are times when I do look terrible.
When you're out in public though? If you're leaving the house, you're in.
If I'm leaving the house, I'm not always dressed up though, and the rule of like looking great, I think, and like my mom was kind of the first person who like instilled that. looking good is about wearing the right clothes for the right venue. So like if you're going to clean out your basement, obviously you're not going to be wearing like a tweed suit, but you could wear like cute sweats or whatever. That's for that job. If you're going to a job interview, then you wear a certain thing. If you're going on a date, you wear a certain thing. So really knowing what to wear when is the key to looking good.
Has it been?
So I'm not always dressed up.
So it hasn't been something of a gift and a curse, because you have the gift where you walk around with the royal sword, where you can knight people when you say, again,
Goodness,
John, nice
what
pants.
What kind of show is this?
But
the royal sword.
But you must feel
KFC
pressure
after dark.
sometimes when you go out.
Yeah,
Like,
I do a
can't-
little bit, but I try to just, as I've gotten older too, like, I feel like there's a wardrobe. Like, I just literally today have been purging my closet. And if your closet's not organized and your checkbook isn't balanced, your life is not organized.
What's up?
And, right? Holla. Can I get a hallelujah? But ultimately, you just find that you should be like actually whittling down. Like I'm whittling down my wardrobe to less but better, and it's
I'm just acquiring shitty T-shirts.
I
left and right,
I have drawers of them from like 2001.
I try to do the purge,
and I want to get rid of them, but they're so sentimental.
Yeah, or I'm like, well, I just bought this, and it's like it's still in good shape. It would be
Right,
a
you have to
waste,
use it.
and then I
You must
never
get
do,
so much free stuff too. So you must be.
You know, you do and you don't. I mean, it's not like Gucci's calling me up like, "What do you want?" But I do get a lot of things, which is a nice perk, and you get to try things out. So that is good. But to my point about like, are you sometimes schlubby? You have like black track pants and like a black shirt. Everybody looks good in that. It looks pulled together for some reason. So that is my schlubby look. And then I
Your
have my
schlubby
work
look is my go-to look.
No, but eventually you find that, like, especially when you get older, like you just want to kind of have a uniform, and it makes things very, very easy.
So we have a guy here. His name's Trent. He's from Iowa. Very. He would probably say stereotypically Midwest type of look.
Right.
He wears a black crew neck and khaki pants.
Every day, that's
he
his
has
wardrobe.
like
Every single day.
1,000 black shirts and 1,000 pair of khakis, and he never has to think about it.
Right.
And
He's kind of Steve Jobs, Zuckerberg-esque.
Yeah, yes.
Right.
Very
Well,
much
there's
so.
a Steve Jobs who wears that, and there's Michael Kors basically wears like white jeans and like a blue turtleneck.
Always.
And
There's
Tom
something about
Ford
that.
always wears a black suit with a white shirt. Like
I feel like they have the same confidence, though. Like
They-
if the idea
they
is to
do,
dress
but-
so that you feel good, I think he's like, I'm wearing my thing. Maybe
Yeah.
it's not glamorous. Maybe you're not going to love it, but I'm going to be like comfortable in it.
if that works for you, I think especially in this era of everyone finally being allowed to embrace like who they really are, I think we should support that. And if it makes you feel confident and puts a little spring in your step and allows you to focus on, especially a work look, if it allows you to get up and be focused on work and not have this extra worry in the morning,
We don't need
then
much
that's
focus here.
great. I mean,
the boredom must I went to college in Florida, and it was
Which one?
Florida State, where all the smart kids go.
is that in Tampa?
No, Tallahassee.
Tallahassee, even better.
Tallahassee.
Tallahassee.
Wow,
which
the
is such a-
panhandle.
Such
Everybody
a shit
loves the
city.
panhandle.
Do you want to know how Tallahassee came to be? They couldn't decide whether the capital of Florida should be Jacksonville or Panama, so they said, let's just split it. And it's
go right.
350
Difference.
miles between both, and they just built a city there and put a school there. But it
Well,
was
it
such
is the Paris of the panhandle, they say.
it was so frustrating going there because I went to boarding school, so I always got to like change dress a lot there.
Okay,
with,
now we're getting fancy. Well, when I was at Exeter, some of the other boys were
But you could, like, you know,
wearing
you-
cricket sweaters, and they made fun of mine. I felt so bad, Carson.
it wasn't a uniform. It was you had a school dress code, but you could mess with ties
Right,
and pants.
right.
I like doing that.
Right.
And I like doing it
Because
now.
you like clothes.
I like clothes a lot.
Yeah, I can tell.
But in Florida, it was just shorts and a t-shirt every day. So that killed me.
Right.
It wasn't even the same color shorts or shirt, but it's still just, okay, this is all I can wear today. Sucked. So I would be...
because of the heat, or because there was some like rule.
I couldn't have fun with my clothes.
Right, because there weren't the layers.
Right, you need the layers.
Yeah, layers create richness. I
warm
agree.
weather clothes.
I like that one.
Layers
Yeah.
create richness.
Yeah,
Put
I
that
don't know
on
if you
a-
want to frame that somewhere.
Can I get it written down on a
Nothing
tattoo of my
says
body?
sports radio like layers
will.
create richness.
He'll get that tattooed on him.
Yes, please.
Don't tempt him. He'll do it.
Something in old English script, I believe.
On my stomach like Tupac's
Something
Thug Life.
they would like back at boarding school.
You need warm weather clothes.
Yeah, no, it's
for guys.
I love summer, so I can deal with it. But
put some jackets on, a sweater,
you can do
scarf,
This is a great tip, and I have no affiliation with these people, but there are places like Suit Supply that make like these summer weight jackets that basically have no lining, and they're like a breathable, like almost like an open weave, like linen. And you can still wear a jacket, maybe with a t-shirt and white jeans, and still look amazing even in summer.
I would look great in that. I can see.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah. I got a question for you. I'm actually planning a vacation to Europe right now.
Oh, fantastic!
And just made me. I was like, I can't wait to just like get dressed in London.
Right.
What's your favorite city to like stun?
Oh gosh, in Europe, okay,
or anywhere.
I would say Florence.
Okay.
From a fashion perspective, because they have a Prada outlet. It's at the factory. It's as big as an airport.
Holy shit.
And they have absolutely everything for like. It's still not like I wasn't like
cheap, but it's
blown away by their low prices, but it's still better. And you have the idea that you just bought this like literally at the factory.
Yeah.
And then also outside of Florence, there's a place called The Mall. Not the best name, but it's also like they have a Gucci that's the size of a freestanding Macy's. Like the Macy's that's like at the Woodbridge Mall, basically. Slap Gucci on the outside. That's their outlet. I was in there for days.
What brand is like slumming it for you?
I'm not really a brand snob, and I love, my life and the way I dress and the way I decorate and the way I live is very high-low. Mm-hmm. So I'm happy to have an In-N-Out burger or like Shake Shack or go to the Polo Bar. Like I love all of that. But like
if it's time for you to go out and I give you an Express outfit, are you going to be like, oh God?
There are items. Express makes, I know all the landscapes. I'm a retail enthusiast. I go shopping every day.
Really?
I don't buy something every day, but I do see what's out there. Yeah. Express makes a fantastic button down in a stretch fabric.
Yeah, I mean that's always their thing.
That if you're athletic like I am, if you do Pilates, they make a great stretch button down shirt. I have them in black and in white, and they're fantastic. I don't know what they're made out of. They're indestructible. They come out of the washing machine looking exactly the same. So they're great for travel. So I'll mix it up.
What about Joseph A. Banks? Buy one suit, get like 9
I will
free.
Not do that.
All right, so we found the limit.
Yeah.
They once ran a deal that was buy one, get 7 free, and you got an Android phone.
I don't need all that.
Crazy.
I don't need all that.
Why would anybody do this?
Buy a tie and get a Kia Sophia. I'm sure they have some wonderful product. It's just like I don't buy that many suits, so I will just. 7 of them, I'll either do like a Suit Supply something, which is what I'm wearing now, or J. Crew if it's like not super dressy, and then I'll invest in like something really good for like a suit.
Do you have like your own brand? I feel like that should be like the next thing.
I've done collections for women at places like QVC and Shop NBC and Evine. The men's market is really tough, and I feel like people do it so well that you'd really have to like. Have a reason to enter a market that, I think is pretty well
represented. Or whatever,
I think so. I would like to do a swimwear line. I loved your travel question because I do love traveling. That's also on my Instagram profile at Carson Kressley.
There you go.
You can see it says World Traveler or Travel Addict, I believe. And I love vacation clothes. I love swimsuits and terry cloth shirts, and then I also like skiing stuff and ski jackets. So I would like to work in that space. So,
I actually, you know what I'd like you to invent?
What?
A bag that like somehow shrinks winter clothes. Because in the past 2 weeks,
that's already been invented.
Those like vacuum sealed.
Yeah, and it goes under the bed.
One where I don't have to do any work. Magic. Invent magic.
Oh, okay. Let me work on
make my clothes shrink.
Let me call the Space Force, and I'll get back to you.
The last 2 weekends, one weekend I went to New Hampshire, one weekend I went to Aruba. And Aruba, I just took a backpack, got on the plane, took a backpack. And then New Hampshire, I had 3 different bags, and I was there for literally one night.
Why? Because you had like bulky sweaters?
Ski sweaters.
You're like a packaholic.
Right. Ski clothing is really hard to deal with.
It's awful.
But like a packable, like lightweight down jacket, those are good because those squish down in your bag to almost nothing. I travel with this everywhere. Mm-hmm. It's down. It's Altea. I don't know where I got it. Probably at Nordstrom, maybe.
What would be the one? Let's say you got a limited budget, clueless guy out there when it comes to fashion, needs like a just the first step or whatever.
A first step. I mean, there's key things that guys wear all the time. I think that we all live in jeans, so get great jeans. Don't get dad jeans. Find out who makes a great jean that works for your body type, and it could be Rag & Bone, it could be Joe's Jeans, it could be Levi's. It does not have to be designer. It could be from Uniqlo or Zara or H&M. Jeans are like kind of the cornerstone for most guys' wardrobe, so that's great. A good shoe. Nothing kills an outfit faster than like a plasticky PVC looking terrible like little dance shoe. So I think having a nice shoe, a pair of black and a pair of brown, and it could be a Chelsea boot that is a little bit more versatile. And
I think Chelsea boots. I'm going to interrupt you real quick.
Yes, please.
Tell you a thing or two about fashion.
Oh, please.
I think.
Let me buckle up.
I think Chelsea boots have jumped the shark. I think they've become the outfit of the. Oh, never mind.
Really?
Isn't it? I think they call them brunch boys now, where it's like what kind of a.
Yeah, you're actually coming into our world
and
now because
also,
like, the bros are like, oh, I wear Chelsea boots. So
but it's
right.
It's only with like a distressed jean or something like that, where it's an outfit that like a distressed jean, a Chelsea boot, and like a white V-neck.
Right,
It's
right.
just like what a fuck boy would wear.
That's a brunch.
Obviously,
Yeah.
what
and
you
they
wear
probably
is
have like
different.
some kind of felt hat on.
That's exactly what it is.
Yes,
I
I've
didn't want to
seen
bring
that.
that up because I have one.
And said hat is the only hat in their repertoire, and they wear said hat to every brunch.
Yeah, I've been there.
Can I?
That was me in 2018.
I'm becoming deeply angered, and I must share something that one of my pet peeves.
Please do.
So the hipster hat, I love it. I love a hat. I think it's fun. I don't have the greatest hair. It's a lifesaver occasionally, but there are
fantastic.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
There are reasons why you wear certain things. There are rules, and I like to break the rules, but you have to know why the rules are the rules. And when I see a hipster wearing usually those felt hats are made out of beaver fur. And you turn it into felt and you smush down the hair and it turns into like a solid thing. And that creates a felt hat. That's made for cold weather. Beaver fur is pretty warm.
Right.
So it's
So,
keeping
and
in
you're
all that
wearing
heat.
it,
So I'll
yeah.
see guys wearing these like in August. I'm like, dude, you must be wearing a straw version of that, like a fedora, like a Panama.
What do you know what
or
yours is
some
made
kind
out
of
of?
woven.
Can I tell you something?
So
You're
that must be
describing me to a T.
wearing the
I
wrong.
did.
Well,
Exactly
the
that.
hat thing was perfect for him. He went. This is him to a T. Also,
See, but
he went shopping for a hat.
Right.
Grabbed it. Went to the register. Turned out to be what, like $500.
It was $400.
$400. He was not
No.
expecting that.
No.
But I
was
was
just
couldn't
like,
turn
I'm
away
pot
from a
committed.
register.
Yeah.
Right? You know, once I get to a register, I'm there.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I don't want her to think I'm poor.
No.
Even though, I'm
would
going to
just-
overdraft. I'm going to overdraft on this purchase.
I would
but-
buy that and have someone discreetly return it the next day. Make my
But instead, what he did,
assistant go.
he wore it every single goddamn day for about 9 months just to
then
prove
you
a point.
amortized it.
Yeah, there you
It
go.
was
You got your
only
money's worth.
$7 a day. But was it felt?
Yes, absolutely.
And
so hot.
you wore it in the
sweat-
summer?
I sweat like a son of a bitch, Carson.
Yeah.
I was
No.
dripping every day in the office.
See, we need to get you a nice Panama version. Those can be very expensive too, but you can find an inexpensive one like a J. Crew or something. But just listeners, there's a reason why you wear like a felt hat. That's for winter. It's made out of fur essentially,
Right.
and a straw is for summer. And they're both great, but wear them at the right time. Do not have seasonal dyslexia.
Yeah. All right. Seasonal dyslexia is a problem that all men, I think, suffer from.
Yeah, that goes back to wearing the right thing at the right time and place.
I have one more question before we talk about RuPaul. It's
Okay.
one more fashion question.
Of course.
I just read a fantastic article on Larry David in GQ. And I guess his
love
father was he worked in fashion. His father, I forget exactly what he did.
Okay.
And so
Wait,
so,
a Jew working in fashion? What?
and so he has an eye for it, which you wouldn't really think if you watch Curb and all that, but he chooses all the wardrobe and all that so he can keep it. And but he had a line that I loved where he said, you always have to be wearing one nice thing, but you can only be wearing one nice thing because anything more than that is overdoing it. And I was like,
Really?
that's exactly how I dress. I have like a nice pair of pants and then an inside-out sweatshirt.
Yeah, I think you're killing it.
Thank you. Do we like that outlook? Or is
I
it-
don't think that's a bad outlook.
Get the handshake back
I
there.
think I think it also goes back to that, like a more modern take on that would be like you want to kind of wear things that are a mix and kind of do high low because that's how we live today. Like we have like a high end hamburger like in a restaurant that used to like serve like filet mignon. Like we love a high-low like burger moment.
Right.
Same thing. Like I might do a nice suit from J. Crew, but like the sweater might be from Uniqlo, and I'm gonna replace them every season or two. But I think you can have more than one nice thing. I think you can have one showstopper.
Well, that was the other line. You always have one thing that says "fuck you," right?
A great watch or something, and then the rest can be pared down. I say for most guys, have a good watch, good shoes, and a good belt, and you can wear almost anything.
See, that's a good piece of advice.
Right.
Yeah, that's something I think anybody can take that on.
Right. You can wear jeans and a white T-shirt, a great watch, a great belt, and a great loafer or something. You'll look really
And also,
great.
And this is huge.
Okay.
Be hot.
And
be skinny, in shape, good looking,
be hot,
hair, tan,
have abs, be rich, have a job.
The secret.
I mean, I have very low standards. You know what? You don't need to have a job.
I do well enough. You're
just be hot.
So we're working with RuPaul now.
Yes, we're launching season 12 of RuPaul's Drag Race on VH1 this Friday, the 28th at 8 p.m.
I knew it was thriving. I didn't know season 12.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big
Kardashian level.
Yeah.
It is, but it's also been a slow build. Like it was not like the international juggernaut that it is now. It took a long time. We're so grateful that networks like Logo and VH1 and CBS, Viacom believed in the show and allowed it to grow. And the audience has gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. It used to be very much like a gay cult thing that only the gays were watching like at home and then like in bars, and then pretty soon, like young teenage girls were like, "Oh my gosh, we can learn how to do makeup on this show," and they're into it. And now that it's on VH1, it's become quite mainstream. And I literally run into little old ladies and they're like, "I love you on the RuPaul." They're like, "Thank you."
Now I have a question, and I don't know the drag community that well,
right?
But I look on Reddit a lot. Just like the front page of Reddit.
I'm never on that.
But apparently you're killing it on Reddit, though.
The RuPaul, the r/RuPaul is always towards the top of the front page.
Yeah.
Which shocking. Like I think of Reddit as people like me. Like little, like fat little guys in a basement.
I don't know what Reddit is about. It sounds like...
It scares me.
It sounds very like 2007.
It's very basic to set up.
It sounds like MySpace.
It has not like progressed at all.
Is it like a chat board?
Kind of like a forum, like a message board.
Yeah, and it's just, I really just use a time waster. I just go to the front, you go to Reddit.com, and there are memes and stuff like that. You kind of just mindlessly scroll
Try
as
this
you do
new
with
thing
everything.
called Instagram. I think you're going to like it.
Instagram still hasn't grabbed me. I'm still
What?
working on it.
We're not hot.
I don't, well, no, I don't
not
mean
hot. We
personally
don't have
for
great
me.
clothes like him.
I never know who to follow. I don't.
Right.
It's I don't know. I try and use it. I try and I get bored of the pretty girls. I'm like, what is
Al,
this is the bigger discussion we can also have with Carson John. That's why we had him come in.
Like I get it. Like you're in a bikini. I get it.
Mine's the same, but it's Brazilian guys like, holding like a coconut drink, wearing a bikini, but like having like a 72 pack. Yeah. And I'm just like, oh, once you follow one, I've got to follow Rodrigo's friend Julio. So yeah, and
it is dangerous once you get the suggested.
No, it almost looks like porn.
All right.
What? Yeah,
it can look like porn. You're like at your feet, and you're like, on an airplane, and people are like looking over your shoulder. I'm like, no, they're just. That's a bikini.
Yeah, especially when you're also following porn stars. It starts to look a lot like porn, Carson.
Yeah, that can happen. That can happen.
Suggested for you on all sorts of sites and apps is the most. You're looking at yourself in the mirror on those moments.
It's
like,
a black
wait a minute,
hole.
this is when the artificial intelligence churns this out for you. It's like, and you know that they're right. Like,
my most fun thing is like when LinkedIn. I don't know why I'm on that.
Yeah, I don't think you.
I am.
Are you out here looking for jobs on
somehow
LinkedIn?
It gets into your phone book, and then it sends you a message saying like, Darlene Johnson's wanting to connect with you. I was like, oh my God, she runs QVC. She probably wants to hire me, but it's just because she's in my phone book from like 10 years ago. And then I go on and I message her and she's like, I didn't want to talk to you because it was all just generated by the LinkedIn, supposedly. But I am on there, and every once in a while it tells you what jobs you'd be good for. Like there's openings.
Oh, really?
You don't need any more jobs.
Do you believe
it's like
actually.
Data entry clerk for Gucci. I'm like, I could do that. And then some are like, nuclear cardiologist. I was like, why do you think I could do that?
What?
Yeah, they're all over the
think you
place.
could do anything.
You have done everything.
I mean, I would.
I don't think you'd want me to be your nuclear cardiologist.
Maybe not that, but I could see you being like, I'd hire you as my lawyer.
I'm pretty good. I've seen Legally Blonde 7 times.
I can see you talking your way out of whatever jam.
I object. Your Honor.
There you go. So I mean, 12 seasons with
12 seasons of Drag Race. We have an exceptional season
sick
this
of anybody
year.
Yet? I feel like, come on, you got to hate RuPaul by now.
No, it's all good.
Yeah.
We have a great time. I get to go to like a studio which looks like a nightclub, wear a cute outfit, and watch drag queens do death drops. Like, it's kind of an amazing job. It's where they can either do it from an elevated situation or just from where they're standing. All of a sudden, they just drop to the ground. Google death drop sometime and you'll be endlessly entertained.
Now we
can also break your leg doing it.
I think we probably would have what would be considered like the straight stereotypical opposite of that, where we're in sports and partying and girls and all that. But we have always said that like a job kind of becomes a job, and a lot of people think that what we do is like a dream job, and it is in a sense. But 10 years in, we're kind of just like this is what we do. Are you ever like, death drop? Okay, like glamour and fine.
Oh, glitter.
Yeah.
No.
You're still loving it every day?
Yeah, because every season we get a fresh batch of contestants from all over. And we have such a diverse group of contestants this season on the show, from North Carolina and France and just all over the U.S. And they're just really, really interesting. And why the show, I think, has been so popular is that besides all the sparkles and death drops and makeup and all of that, it's about underdogs who are like, finally having a light shined on what they do. I mean, being a drag queen is not easy. No. When you're from Ramseur, North Carolina, and you think you might be, literally be like thrown in a car and taken somewhere, on your way to work, people still have, there's still a lot of like bias, and so to shine a spotlight on them and allow them to actually just be who they want to be and entertain and live their dream, it's a very powerful moment to watch that journey on television. So I think that's why people love the show, because of all that heart and celebrating the underdog.
I feel like you probably have been at the forefront of what's the word? I mean, you just said you were just alluding to how it's going mainstream.
Right,
and I mean, from Queer Eye now through, the drag queen.
Next on a very special KFC radio.
It feels, though, that, like, you've been a big part of that becoming much more normal for people in certain, places of the country that might not have ever thought so.
Yeah, I think that visibility is so important, and every era has their people who are like, wow, I didn't know. When little kids see someone that reminds them of themselves or is like them, on TV, it's not just like, wow, they're on TV, how cool. It's wow, they exist. I didn't think there was anyone like me.
Right.
So I've heard those stories from gay people growing up who said, I watched Queer Eye for the Straight Guy with my family. My mom and dad were like laughing and loved you guys and said, isn't that Carson great? And it gave them the confidence to say, I'm actually gay, and have that conversation.
Incredible.
Yeah, I get goosebumps every time.
Yeah.
And I'll get like notes on a plane, like, you made my life easier. You made my life better. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I was just trying to eradicate mullets. That wasn't. I was like, I'm going to help gay kids. But that is the power of being in media. And just when people see themselves, they say, oh, I'm not alone. And I can be successful. I can be happy. I can thrive. And we've seen that, through the ages with all different kinds of people. And now drag is also getting that spotlight and becoming mainstream, because it was a very cloistered art form that unless you were a gay person, you were going to gay clubs, you probably weren't going to see it.
Yeah.
So that's one of the amazing things culturally that the show has allowed to happen.
Yeah. I mean, it's invaded Reddit. So
it has.
You read the Reddit front page.
There's always like, some queen was on Reddit talking smack about so and so, and I'm just like, I have got to get this Reddit, but I never do. And then by the time
I didn't know that it happened on the show. They talk about that.
Oh, like the queens are all like on Reddit.
It's crazy. Every time, like I wouldn't just. If we were making a Venn diagram, I would have RuPaul fans and Redditors.
That's far apart. As
very different, and for some reason, you're huge on there.
Right? Yeah, I don't know why.
keep it moving, man. Keep it going. You're doing something right. Well, it's incredible to watch what you're doing, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. You guys are
Thanks for complimenting his pants, because we would have been hearing about that for a long time.
Such good interviewers. You're very easy breezy, and it really makes for a good interview.
It's because you're a good interviewee.
Well, it takes
in nice Chelsea boots.
It
Carson.
takes 3 to tango.